Hello, I'm the narrator of the story you're about to hear. This video was sent to us by someone who truly experienced this event. The names in this story have been changed to protect the identity of those involved. However, according to the person who shared it, everything in this story is real. So grab some popcorn, turn off the lights if you dare, and enjoy this new episode. From what I remember, the strange thing started about a month ago when I went into the garage. There was no wind outside, none. I opened the garage door and pushed it toward the wall. Not hard enough for it to bounce back, but not so lightly that it wouldn't reach the wall. Just a normal push. The moment I stepped inside, an unexplainable wave of fear hit me. My chest tightened, my skin crawled. Still, I opened the fridge. But when I turned back toward the garage door, it started moving, slowly, swinging back and forth. I grabbed what I needed and ran out of there as fast as I could, because it felt like the door was about to slam shut on me with full force. That was the beginning. And from that night on, things only got worse. For the next week or two, nothing major happened. Just shadows, whispers, the feeling of being watched. Once, when my dad took the dog for a walk and left me home alone, I heard the sound of the leash being unhooked and the dog shaking itself off. Certain my dad was back, I called out, but no one answered. Then I heard noises in the kitchen. 10 minutes passed. Still nothing. I called again, silence. Finally, I went to the kitchen, and it was empty. My dad didn't return until 5 minutes later. Another time, my grandma was supposed to visit. My mom went to pick her up, and while they were gone, I clearly heard my grandma's voice saying goodbye downstairs. I thought she and my sister had already arrived. I went down to greet them only to find no one there. Half an hour later, my mom actually came home with my grandma. And then there was the morning I woke up with a handprint on my thigh. Smaller than mine by a noticeable amount. I hadn't touched myself there the night before. That image has stayed with me. But the worst night was the sleepover. My friend and I were outside reading in the yard for about 2 hours. When we came back in, my sister was lying in the hammock, staring at me with this puzzled expression. "How long were you gone?" she asked. I told her, 2 hours. We left right after dinner. Her face went pale. "That's impossible. I heard you laughing and making noise in your room the entire time." My friend and I froze. Later that night, around 11, we were hungry and decided to make popcorn. While putting the kernels back in the cupboard, I saw it, just for a moment. A child's face peeking from behind the wall near the door. He couldn't have been older than 10. Dark skin, hollow eyes, completely lifeless. He vanished as soon as I saw him. I told my friend and she panicked. We sprinted upstairs, hiding in my parents' room, the closest to the staircase. My room was at the very end of the hallway, but after a while we wanted to play cards. The deck was in my room, so we ran for it. Halfway down the hall, the air grew heavy. My chest clenched. I turned back. Something was following us. I could feel it. We grabbed the cards and rushed back. Minutes later, my sister burst in. She looked shaken. "I don't want to scare you, but when I was in the hammock, I saw you two come out of your room. But right after you left, a third figure followed you. It didn't go with you, it ran down the stairs." We told her what we just experienced. She said it looked like a black shadow about 5 feet 5 inches. If I hadn't turned around in that hallway, I don't even want to imagine what could have happened. And things didn't stop there. One night, my sister's CD player, something she listens to every night to fall asleep, began skipping. The disc was flawless, no scratches, never had issues. But at 1:30 in the morning, it repeated the same words over and over. The words were, "Help, listen, help, get out." She pulled the disc out, put it back in. No problems. Perfect. That same night, I heard voices in her room. But when I went to check, no one was there. A few days later, I saw something worse. I was in the hallway when I caught sight of a shadow. Tall, impossibly tall, nearly 8 feet, looming behind the wall. I blinked and it was gone. I was desperate for answers, so my friend and I tried ghost hunting. not to provoke anything, just to understand what was happening. We asked for a name. The response was Benjamin. Then came the words, hit, shoot, trust. Then it said, kitchen. My stomach dropped, because that's where I saw the child weeks earlier. The words kept coming. Teacher, lady, throat, hospital, crowd, street, fight. Then, Sandra, wife, nurse, hospital. We thought maybe it was Benjamin's parents trying to communicate. But then the tone shifted. The words became darker. Cold hell. That's when we stopped. The next morning, I left my room with my LEDs off. When I came back later, they were on, glowing blood red. And last night, I think I saw something worse than a ghost. I was in the kitchen eating a snack, watching a video, when I glanced at the glass door. Something was there. A figure, tall, pale, and hunched over, watching. It slipped away quickly, vanishing into the night. I stood frozen, my mouth open for 10 whole seconds, trying to process what I had just seen. Was it a skinwalker? Because whatever is in this house, it's not done with me.